Sleep is one of the most foundational and important aspects of having great health. And in today's video, what I want to do is cover 5 simple ways that I've personally done in my own routine to improve my sleep quality. And before I get into the first thing you can do to improve your sleep quality, I want to really give you the argument about why sleep is so important. Our bodies are these circadian machines, and circadian means they run off some kind of rhythm. And if we look into nature, all things run on rhythmic cycles. It just so happens that we have this planet that rotates on a 24-hour period, and it interfaces with the sun, so it creates this idea of the light and the dark. And when the light gets into our eyes in the morning, it activates this whole cascade of neurotransmitters and activation hormones that help us feel energized. And at night, when it gets dark, our bodies go into this sleep rhythm where we actually restore the body, growth hormone rises and repairs our tissues, our brain actually cleans itself from all the metabolic activity and thinking during the day, and we're able to restore. The people who are going to live the longest and the happiest lives have great sleep. So this is something we absolutely need to focus on, and I believe there's always room for improvement for all of us. So let's get into 5 simple ways that you can improve your sleep, which in turn will improve your circadian biology, your overall health, and your well-being. So the first tip I have for you today on how you can improve your sleep is to look at improving your sleep environment. This is absolutely essential. The ideal and optimal sleep environment is 3 things. It is cold, it is dark, it is quiet. And here's how I've helped improve my environment. The first thing on cold is, as our bodies go throughout the day and later in the day, our core temperature naturally decreases. And this gets us into this more restful metabolic state where we're not very active. Many people sleep in a room that's simply too hot. What the research shows is the ideal temperature of a room is probably in the 60s degrees Fahrenheit, and you can also see it listed in Celsius as well. So it's probably in the upper 60s, and this may be colder than your room naturally is. And there's a couple things you can do. You can put some fans in the room, you can crank it on the AC, or you can buy a device like my family has, which is called an Uller, or they have other things called chili pads. They basically circulate water and cool down your bed, and when your bed is colder, it's actually gonna help you get into deeper sleep, because for the body, heat equals metabolic activity. Well, what also equals metabolic activity in the body is light. When the light's out and the sun's up, we're activated. We get cortisol surge. We get activation of these energy hormones. Well, at night, we want to cut out on all those different lights. And there's actually some studies showing that even small lights flickering in your bedroom, like little TV lights, phone light in the bedroom and on the corner or something like that, actually disrupts sleep. So can you make your environment even darker? Sometimes that's not possible to change your whole environment. So what I've actually done is I sometimes sleep with a sleep mask, right? This little sucker right on here helps create the perception that it's a darker room. Now, I do need to say this is not the full solution. Even though it prevents light from getting into your eyes, we found that there's actually these light receptors on all cells. So even light on your skin late at night's not great. So if you're the kind of person that's like brushing your teeth late at night in a bathroom that's blasting light, that is not ideal for your sleep. At the very least, what I want you to do is get some kind of blue blocking glasses. So here are the really good ones, right? These are very orange and they even have protection on the sides. And here's a cooler form. They look like, a little more stylish. But either way, I use both. If I'm hanging around people, I'll use these, but back at home, I'll stick these suckers on late at night. And I just know this is protecting my light rhythm really well, and it's a great little routine. So cool, dark, quiet, audit your sleep environment, and then quiet as well, right? If it's getting too loud, I do use some earplugs, not for everyone, but these little earplugs are great. You just pop them in there, and with a face mask, you might find it dramatically improves your sleep. So the second thing is absolutely essential for improving your sleep is to eat dinner earlier, because the process of eating food and digestion is metabolic activity. We eat food. This entire digestive tract must get activated. In the process of digesting food, this is activity in the body and it produces heat. And heat is the opposite of what we want late at night. We want to have a cool body that's in a resting and restorative stage. So what many people find is if you start eating dinner earlier, let's say 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and you allow digestion to happen for a few hours, you're going to get better sleep. Late night eating disrupts sleep, period. And so I know your schedule is unique. It may not be possible to always have dinner at 5, 6 p.m., but if you can, and you can shift it earlier, you're going to find some improvements to your sleep. The third thing you can do to improve your sleep is actually use some different supplements and products that are really good for shifting the body into relaxation mode. One of the favorite things that I love to do is to use some magnesium at night. So magnesium is this really special mineral that has a lot of benefits for energy production, but it also relaxes us. So if you take a magnesium supplement before you go to bed, it could be maybe 200 to 800 milligrams, wide variety, just a little bit of magnesium. It's gonna help shift you into more relaxation mode. You can get magnesium in the form of powders. This is a company, Calm, that makes them in gummies that you could do. You could get it in a supplement like our test booster for our men, as well as our balance hormone for a balance supplement for our women has magnesium in it naturally, and you can take these at night. But getting some magnesium is very helpful. You may also find that you can try around with some melatonin. Melatonin is really unique, right? Because we make it on our own. This internal pharmacy in the brain creates melatonin as long as we're not messing up the light rhythms. But occasionally, especially if you travel or you feel like you have some short-term sleep disturbances, taking some melatonin can help. And there's even research showing, particularly in women, that you can take melatonin and it aids in weight loss. This is an amazingly powerful hormone that you make naturally, but it could be good to take some supplementally. What I will do with melatonin, I will not take it every single night, but if I am on the computer late at night, if I am getting more light, even if I'm doing the blue blockers, I'll pop a melatonin, and it seems to help me out a lot. Another herb that is good for sleep is an herb called ashwagandha. And we have it in two forms. One, we put it in our testosterone booster in our men's product, TBRX, but you can also get some straight ashwagandha root. This herb is amazing because it has a relaxing effect on the body. It's safe to take long term. It cuts down on cortisol, helps improve different hormone levels. So I'm a huge fan of ashwagandha for both men and women. This is something you can take at night, and it's research proven to actually improve your sleep quality. Another supplement that can be good is L-theanine. We've talked about this in some of our recent videos. It's a special amino acid found in tea plants and actually has a calming effect. So very good to take at night. So supplements could be a part of your routine. Another thing I like is actually getting some sleepy tea. So this is a type of sleepy tea I like. It's from Organic India is the brand. It has tulsi along with chamomile, lavender, and some other herbs in there. It's a nice thing to have at night after you've had dinner. You're allowing digestion to happen. You can take a little bit of tea and it will legitimately relax you and help you sleep better. So the fourth thing, and I just want to emphasize this, is to cut down on light exposure and blue light. So obviously part of this is like putting some glasses on. Roughly at the time when the sun's going down, you should start looking at protecting your eyes from light. Another way that's really important to do is to look at your TV screens, look at your phone. Can you put those into night shift mode or get it so that it's cutting out some of that very harsh bright light? Maybe turning off more lights in the house, maybe lighting some candles. Either way, you gotta focus on light. Light is one of the most important aspects of health because look, this entire nervous system that governs this body, the brain and spinal cord, it is most responsive to light. Pretty much out of everything, light runs the cycles. So if you start taking light seriously in your life, your sleep will improve, your health will improve because this light interfaces with all these different neurotransmitters and chemicals that we want to feel good. So, can you look at your phone and your TV? Can you get some kind of filter on your computer that cuts down some of that blue light? On the computer front, some that I like are f.lux is a program that you can get and install on your computer. There's another program called Iris I've used in the past. They'll cut down on some of that light and they'll make your screen look a little more orange and sepia. This is a good thing at night. Now, I don't want to make blue light, in particular that really bright light in the blue light spectrum, seem like the villain, because in the morning, that type of blue light that naturally comes off the sun gets us activated. Right? It gets us activated in the morning, so we want blue light in the morning, but we don't want it at night. So we've got to understand this kind of relationship. And the fifth and final thing is actually not, really like the other things, which is a lot of supplementation, changing your environment. This is a simple practice of really getting your mind, and you could say your heart and your feelings ready for sleep by doing a simple practice of either meditation, prayer, or journaling. This will do more for your sleep than pretty much anything else. Because we have these active minds that during the day, our brain is in a particular wave state where it's trying to be active, accomplish tasks, remember things, stay on time. And that is a type of activity in the brain that is called beta wave activity. It's like really active and energized. Well, as we get to sleep, what sleep actually is the brain is going into deeper, slower rhythms of its electronic activity, right? This is what's happening in sleep. And ways that we can get that brain into alpha and some of these deeper states as we get ready for sleep is by doing some meditation, some prayer, some journaling. If you can take a few minutes to find some inner peace. What I personally do is I have a little meditation chair. I have it in two places in my room. I have like a meditation prayer room next to my office, and I actually have a little chair in our bedroom as well that I will sit on and meditate, which is just really sitting there with nice posture, relaxing the body, observing the breath, and just kind of like allowing the day to be and maybe to release if there's anything you're holding on to. Something I did for many years that was very helpful was I get a little journal. I would keep it by my bedstand. At the end of the day, I would write down 5 things I'm grateful for and 5 things that went well that day. Simple habit, right? It gives you closure on the day, closes some of those mental loops, and I would also write down what I plan on doing tomorrow so that the mind doesn't have to be constantly ruminating on what's to be done. There's like a plan in place, there's been a little closure of the day, and you're also training your perception to look for more gratitude in your life. So maybe that's gonna be a good practice. Or if you have a particular religion and spirituality that you follow fervently, some great prayer time is amazing before bed. This is this special time where we're gonna shift the brain into different activity. So we can set it up with like a little positive momentum, even with 5 minutes of this stuff, your mind is gonna be much more at ease. You'll probably find that it's easier to fall asleep. If you're someone who sits in bed and you're like, the thoughts and mind is racing, that stuff is absolutely essential paired with the supplements. So I hope you found this valuable, and I'm sure you've heard a very similar message to this from other videos, other channels, other people. And the reason you're hearing this message over and over is because it's true. And because it's important, we must manage these rhythms, which means managing our environment, managing the things we intake, not eating too late, and then doing some of these practices to create mental well-being, which translates into physical well-being, which translates into greater mental well-being. Sleep is this gear that turns your life. You must master this because every night, pretty much for the rest of your life, you're gonna be confronted with the fact that this body needs to sleep. So if you maximize that, you get this domino effect that helps your health for years to come. Hope you found this valuable, my friend. If you enjoyed this or there's a particular improvement that you want to make, please comment below, let us know. If there's something else that's helped you tremendously, comment below, because I covered some things that are helpful for me, but there's so many things that could help your sleep. A couple other things I will mention, just kind of like in closing. It's a good idea not to get caffeine, past noon, 1, 2 o'clock. That can definitely influence your sleep. Like the half-life of caffeine is around 6 hours, and it takes around 5 half-lives for caffeine to get totally out of your system. So that's over 30 hours, right? So if you're constantly drinking coffee, that could be an impact as well. And alcohol absolutely decreases the quality of your sleep too. So although it might help you if you're used to taking a nightcap or a little bit of wine or whatever, in the detriment, it's going to decrease that REM sleep where you're actually dreaming, which is massively beneficial. And look, many of us as we're getting older and we're seeing our parents get older too, are seeing the real horrors that can come with cognitive decline, with dementia and memory loss and Alzheimer's and all that stuff. Protecting your brain, one of the best things you can do is to optimize your sleep. So if you're interested in having a sharp mind, good energy, well into the future, sleep is your time to focus and zone in on. And if you're the kind of person that likes some data, then get yourself one of those like Oura rings or some kind of tracker that can watch how your sleep is and give you some data so you can look into what kind of things actually move the needle for you. You focus on your sleep, your health will improve. That's the message I have for you today. Thanks for being here, my friend. Drop a comment below. If you found this video valuable in any way, shape, or form, hit the thumbs up so this goes across the algorithm and the more people get to see this. And of course, subscribe to our Fit Father Project and Fit Mother Project YouTube channels. I think across the channels, we have over 800,000 subscribers, over 500,000 on Fit Father and around 300 on Fit Mother. And we'd love you to join us and see this movement of people who are reclaiming their health and focusing on their families and these great values. This is what we're all about. We'd love you to join us here. So thank you, my friend. This is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi from the FFP and FMP. I'll see you around our videos, and I'll talk to you very soon. Hey there, it's Dr. A. Thanks so much for checking out today's video. I hope you found it valuable. Here at the Fit Mother Project, my team and I are on a mission to help busy moms, particularly ladies in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, lose weight, tone up, build muscle, and get healthy for themselves and their families. So I'm super grateful you're here. I want to invite you to subscribe to our Fit Mother Project YouTube channel. You'll get instant access to the hundreds of different videos we have on nutrition, exercise, mindset, supplementation, all the important stuff you want to know about. Also, if you scroll below in the description of any of our videos, you can click some links and get our free meal plan and free workout that we designed for fit moms. We'll send it straight to your email, and we'll show you some of our simple strategies and workouts to help you lose weight, boost your metabolism, and just look and feel younger. And of course, you can also visit us at fitmotherproject.com, where you can get in contact with me and my team, tell us about what's going on with you and your health. We're really happy to help you. Thanks for being here, my friend. Subscribe. I'll see you around the channel, and I'll talk to you very soon.